All right, y'all. So I recently toured this home and it was so cute. And I mean, like, you walk in and instantly start redecorating type of cute. Okay. But let me warn you, because you might have to sell your arm and leg to get into it. But I don't want you to worry because my name is Kay, giving you the keys to home ownership. And today, after touring this beautiful home, it might just make you fall in love. And if your bank account's looking a little funny, I might have some answers to help you out with that. So let's get into it. This home is a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1 story home. It is 1,595 square feet and is currently selling for $372,950. And I know that sounds like a lot because when I heard it, I probably had the same reaction that you're having right now. But let's talk about it. So, the first thing that you can see in the video is that it's fairly new. It's a new construction community, so the roof, the garage door, the front door, everything should be good for the first few years, 5 to 6 years that you're in the house. So you shouldn't have any problems there. But the one thing I do want you to notice is the driveway. And I don't know if you can tell where I was standing, the driveway's kind of at a slant. So I'm at the bottom half of that hill filming up. And the reason that that's just something important to notice is because if you're someone who parks your car in the driveway, you might have to use your parking brake more than you do now just to prevent and be safe rather than sorry that your car is not gonna slide back and into the street. Also, too, as the home settles and gets older, when houses settle, things move, foundation settles into the ground. I've seen that houses who have a driveway on a slant, the driveway kind of separates from the slab that the garage is on or that the main house is on. So you just may have to get that filled over time, but that should be nothing to deter you from purchasing or looking at a property like this. Just be aware of it going in, that these may be fixes or things that you have to do in the future as the home gets older. All right, now I'm going to stop running my mouth and play the video. Okay, so as you can see, the home is beautiful, but the one thing I do want you to look at, and I don't know if you can tell in the video, but the entrance to the front door, the stone is beautiful, but it takes some of that space away from your front door. The hardy plank on the inside opens up. It's like the stone's like this, and then once you get to the hardy plank, it opens up, which may cause some issues just depending on what furniture you order or if you have any servicemen coming to work on the house one day and they have big equipment, they may not be able to get it through the front door. And there's always the garage, but then how big is the garage door to be able to get those things through? So that's another thing for you to be cognizant of. Okay, now pardon you for looking at my feet right here. I wasn't trying to get the salesman who was showing us the house. But okay, walking in, bam, straight to the right. You walk in, go to the right, and this is the first bedroom. Okay, now the first bedroom is a pretty decent sized room. It's got a window. It seems to let in adequate light, and it has a closet. If you're someone who lives by yourself or won't be utilizing one or two of the front rooms and you work from home, this could be turned into an office or it can be a guest bedroom. Walking out to your right here, I'll turn. There's a bathroom. You've got the granite, the toilet, and the tub and the shower. Then walking out, you have your next bedroom. It seems to be the same size as the one we just saw, and it also has the window and the closet. Like I said, if you're somebody who isn't going to have two people utilizing those rooms, you can use it for work. It can be a study room. It could be a guest room, whatever you want to put here. This is a 3 bedroom house in total, and your 2 bedrooms are right in the front of the house. All right. So walking out, we're going to be looking at my feet again so I don't catch the salesman. But then you turn and you go straight into the rest of the house. You walk down this long hallway and you have your kitchen to the left. Now, your kitchen, you'll see more in depth when I come out of the primary bedroom and go into the kitchen. But you've got your granite. It's a decent sized island. and you also have adequate cabinet space. You have it on the side that the stove is on, and then you also have it on the side that the sink is on underneath the island as well. Okay, and then I'm backing up into, I believe this part would be considered your dining room area, and then the part I'm showing you over there towards the back door would be your living room area. But this is a lot of space. You could get a decent sized table, a decent sized couch, and even put a TV in there and still have some move to move and walk around. And then going into the primary bedroom. Now this room has 2 windows. I love that. I don't know about you, but I love light. Anywhere in the house where you can get a lot of light, that's good. It's efficient. Another thing that I liked about this house is it's standard that it comes with double pane windows, which means you can undo the window. You can move the window up and down, of course, but you can also take it out to clean in there. That's a pretty efficient window to help with electricity and heating and things like that. It also comes with a thicker pane blind, okay? And with traditional blinds, you know how you have the strings that you have to pull down to make the blinds come up? With this, you just pull them up and pull them down. There is no strings. I don't know what the technology is, but it was really nice because I have a hard time with the string blinds that you have to pull up and pull down to get them even. So that was a really nice feature. So still moving through the master bedroom or the primary bedroom, then you move into the bathroom. Another feature that I loved about this house is that the toilet is standalone, meaning it's not in the bathroom with the rest of the sink and the shower and tub. It also has its own light, it has its own door, and its own fan. So somebody can be using the restroom and then somebody can be taking a shower. I love that. Also, you have the linen closet and the shower. It's a pretty decent sized shower. And then the closet. We love a walk-in closet. I know closets with couples can be a point of contention if there's not enough space. But the thing that I liked about this one is the racks are so high. There's still enough space for you to put extra storage at the bottom if you did need more space. And then coming out, you'll see the 2 sinks right here. There's a his and her sink for couples or whatever. If anybody else is in that bathroom, you don't have to wait for one person to get done with the sink. 2 people can be getting dressed at the same time, so you're not late to the function. Okay? Okay. And then there's me. Coming out back into the master bedroom. And then we're going to go ahead and turn into the kitchen. All right. And then here's all this cabinet space I was talking about. And if you can see on the stove, those grates, that suggests it's a gas community. I love gas. Gas helps save with electricity because it's not all pulling on your electric units. So gas bills usually aren't as high, and it'll also help bring your electric bill down. And then I just like it because gas stoves cook better, in my opinion. All right, and then walking through the kitchen, to the left, you have your pantry. The one thing I wasn't crazy about this house is that it didn't have a walk-in pantry to give you more space if you're somebody who really utilizes your pantry. That's something to think about. And then that's the garage door. I didn't go out the garage door, but it's a 2-car garage and pretty big. So to fit 2 cars in there. Then you have a closet here. That can either be a coat closet or a shoe closet coming in through the garage, or you can use it for like the kitchen towels and things that you use in the kitchen. You can store your broom, things like that in there. And then we have the laundry room. I love that little shelf that they put up there that you can also store your laundry things in, your fabric softener, detergent, things like that. And then coming out, I'm gonna put my camera down so I don't show anybody. And we're gonna walk back towards like the front door. Take that right. We're back in the main entrance to the home. And then I'm gonna walk up a little bit and show you the view of those 2 homes right off the front of the house. And then that's it. Now to talk about some of my favorite features of the home. The flooring. It felt like it had a pretty good cushion when walking through. It didn't feel like we were walking right on concrete. I loved how open the layout felt for 1,500 square feet, which that's a decent size. It's not really big, but with the way it was laid out and open, it felt bigger than what the square footage actually is. And then two, to talk again about the light, I love windows because the more outside light that you can get, the less light you have to use inside, which saves money. And to talk about the kitchen, the granite was beautiful. The cabinets, I've never had white cabinets before. That might be something to get used to. But if you didn't like the white cabinets, you could always paint them a different color. The one thing I really liked is it was simple. It wasn't a lot of twists and turns in the kitchen. It had the one main area. It seemed like it'd be really easy to cook in there and maneuver around. It was a very modern look. Again, as a buyer, you would have to check the cabinet space, but for me, it was sufficient enough. And I just loved how functional the kitchen really was. It was very minimalistic and pretty. And the last item I didn't get to show you, which I wish I would have, was the backyard. Something that came standard with the home is they had a covered patio. The backyard was a very decent size for someone with a pet, or if you had kiddos that they may want to go outside and play, but you don't want them to go in the front. There's more than enough room in the backyard for them to play and for your dog to run around and get all his or her energy out as well. So overall, this home was beautiful and it had some really nice features. I think it would be perfect for a first-time home buyer or even a small and developing family looking for their starter home. But what do you think? If you were house hunting, would this home be a yes or no for you? And tell me why. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you'd like to know more about this property or even just see where you stand in your home buying process, please reach out. Click on the link in the description below, fill out that form, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Until next time, see you in the next one.